Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I've got Mr. Lemoine, Mike. He's a mentor of mine, somebody I'm learning from here at their digital marketing agency in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, sweet. Good to have you on the channel.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. They are the highest rated, most 5 stars in all of Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is a big deal. They've been in the industry for almost a decade,
Almost
or more than a decade.
Yeah, going on a decade.
So they're OGs, man. So it's really cool to have them on the channel. I know a lot of people in this space, they just kind of bring on whoever and whatever, and I'm really picky with who I show here, and I hope this speaks to that. So if you could just introduce yourself, maybe just say a little bit more, maybe that I didn't really cover.
Yeah, my name's Mike. I'm the owner and founder of Maverick Web Marketing, and as Trey said, we started almost a decade ago, and I'm very unique in the industry because I didn't start in this industry. I was a firefighter and paramedic, and during my downtime at the fire department, started using online marketing to make money because I wasn't making enough. And very quickly, some small business owners started seeing that and say, hey, can you help me with my marketing? And I was really scared at the beginning because I'm like, well, I'm just doing stuff on eBay and my own little websites. I don't want to help a business because what if I mess up? And they all just said, like, you can't do worse than what we're doing. And so I started leveraging my marketing knowledge that I had kind of gained through being self-taught to help local businesses, and one thing after another kind of took off. And so I left the fire department many years ago, and now we serve clients here in Albuquerque and across the country, helping them with their local marketing.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. So super humble beginnings. It wasn't even, I don't think you really even aiming that high. I think you started like selling leads to roofing,
right.
or
painters. Yeah. And I was literally, if I could make an extra $500, that would make my life easier, and that was one less overtime shift as a firefighter, and that's really what kind of was my motivation at the time.
Yeah, and now you got full-time employees in an office space, and
full team. And
it's awesome, super cool. So I think we'll just do a quick tour of the office. So if you just want to guide us along, we'll just do like a quick walk around.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sweet.
Let's make it happen.
So we're here in the lobby, very simple office.
Yeah.
This used to be ophthalmologist office, and they did like laser eye surgery and stuff, and so it was real sterile when we moved in. We brought in some designers and had them do some cool things like these gabion, these are called gabion cages or gabion benches.
Bunch of custom stuff. Yeah.
And so just trying to make the office cool, kind of industrial looking. So simple lobby. We come in here, we have our studio,
bunch of office space over here where they all work, and studio for custom video whenever they need it.
Yeah, so we do lots and lots of video. We've shot 10,000 plus videos over the last decade.
It's freaking awesome.
The far majority of them right here, all for local businesses.
Cool. And that's something too about these guys as well. Their niche is Albuquerque. So a lot of my audience, they're like me, where the location isn't a huge variable.
Right.
For these guys, their reputation brings leads to the door.
Absolutely.
And so that is the biggest thing for them. For me, I'm all about building a funnel. I'm all about, building your brand, whatever. For these guys, you focus purely on Albuquerque.
Right.
I mean, have you ever taken a client outside of Albuquerque?
Yeah, we now have clients all over the country, but it's bred from the reputation of what we've done for businesses here. And so people in other parts of the country see that and say, hey, we have people who fly in to work with us. We fly out to work with people depending on the niche and what we're doing. But we have clients all over the country. We even have clients internationally. For several years, we had a college in Zimbabwe. That was a client of ours that we helped bring leads in.
Cool.
So,
well, checking out the office space then, this is where I sort of just was. We were walking through some funnels that they're building, and how I run my agency and all that. Yep.
We're here in the conference room. Again, simple, but I think one of the biggest things is people tend to overcomplicate things. So we have a nice conference room, but it's pretty simple.
Yeah,
and
it's really nothing. It's just whiteboard, table. Yeah, it gets the job done.
Yeah,
right?
And basically the office is like a horseshoe. I think a couple of cool things is an office, but we have some of these cool concrete boards to showcase. Hey, Sean, we'll say hi to Sean.
What's up? One of the team members.
Editing or some type of creative, but we have this concrete board, which is just a really nice touch. And I think the environment matters so much to us as creatives. Yeah. So even people who may work from home, one of the things I always recommend is, what can you do in your home workspace to make it creative and fun? And I think taking like the concrete board philosophy really helps.
Yeah, for sure.
Then basically we're just kind of going through the office, a small kitchenette. We can kind of peek in there.
Had some coffee in here a minute ago.
Yeah, we use the espresso machine. You had fun.
Yeah, I learned how to use an espresso. Yeah, very cool.
The team works here.
Yeah.
There's Paul.
More people in there. What's up? I don't know if you can see Paul. Maybe you can.
Through the glass, maybe.
Yeah. Bathrooms in it. Wardrobe changes when they need them for video.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Cool. And, another office space.
And then my office
in here.
And then
Mike's in here. He's got his video set up right here. Microphone, computer. You got a Some of you might know Wake Up Warrior. He's a huge fan of their stuff, so
Yep.
pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So cool, let's find a spot to sit down and have a little question time then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's do it.
Show that painting real quick.
Oh, yeah.
I know you were very intrigued.
This is
by
crazy,
that.
man. I don't even know if I could explain it. So this is basically a marketing system. Each bead acts as a new customer or client and talks about indoctrinating people in an indoctrination funnel, and then taking them through an email marketing sequence, and then there's value ladder and there's sales process, and I don't know, you explained it better than I could, but there's just so much involved.
Anybody who may be familiar with Ryan Dice and his machine concept of email marketing, that's basically what this is. And one of our clients is a professional artist, and so we basically gave him Ryan's machine document and said, take your liberty and make, and then he came out with this.
Make a version.
700 plus hours of work to get that. So
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's sit down and let's do this.
Let's have a seat here.
Cool. All right, so yeah, I just wanted to walk through some of the operations side of things because I know a lot of my audience are super beginner. Like we're talking like $500 a month retainers are like that's like a breakthrough for them.
Sure.
And so some of my students, of course, I'm talking, they can also do upwards of like I had one recently book at $6,000 a month retainer, so that's kind of the range.
Yep.
A few of them are making six figures now, just with their small not in-house, but like work from home marketing agency.
Yep.
So I think maybe just speaking to that sort of demographic, I think a first question that I could ask is like, where's a good place to start? And like, how do you identify a big thing that they have a lot of trouble with, which I didn't really, is how do you pick your niche at first?
Sure. Well, I think sometimes people fall into a niche. They start getting success in a specific niche. And that's a niche they kind of continue to go after as, kind of a service-based agency. We have made our niche a local city, but I think what you have to do is you have to be passionate about being able to help that niche. You have to understand that niche and then know that you can get results. And so sometimes people don't get those results right away and they get frustrated and they stop kind of marketing or they stop kind of working in that niche. We'll try a different niche. But ultimately you want a niche that, here's some criteria is you want to make sure that they make enough money that when they get a lead in, they can pay you and do all the work, those kinds of things. Yeah. Typically we're looking for businesses that aren't just a one-man show. We need a business that has several trucks on the road or several employees, those types of things. And those are kind of criteria for us that show, okay, they're making revenue. They can afford to pay somebody for marketing. One of the biggest mistakes people make early on is they'll work with anybody. And they tend to work with people who don't have money because they don't have money. And so their mindset is like, oh, well, I don't have any money. This guy must not have any money, so I'll take him on real inexpensively. Yeah. And that's a mistake because it just becomes a grind and it makes it hard to get results for somebody who's not willing to invest in their success.
Yeah, absolutely. And even you were saying, I tell this to my coaching students all the time. I mean, if you've worked with me, I've said this a million times and you probably get tired of me saying it, but the clients that pay you the most are sometimes, and if not most of the time, the easiest, most fun, most rewarding clients.
Absolutely.
So you can start there even, just like aim high at first, find somebody that you can bring a lot of value to that's already got revenue in the door. That's a big thing too. I have so many people leaving comments like, hey, I'm thinking about working with this like stand in the mall. What do you think of that? I'm like, I can't imagine they're making that much money. I can't imagine that they're very scalable. There's so many bottlenecks involved.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe even speak to your start because again, they heard it at the beginning, like selling leads to painting services.
Companies. Yeah.
And how did that grow from there too? So explain the start, why you did that, and what it sort of turned into so people can get a good perspective. Yeah.
So I was learning video marketing and I was learning how to rank YouTube videos. And so I thought, I saw these people doing it for affiliate marketing. I didn't see anybody doing it for local businesses. So I thought, I want to get a client. And so what I did is I ranked a video around house painting and I drove them to a lead capture page, something most people seeing this video know about. And we basically just said, look, here's some tips to know before hiring a house painter. If you're interested in getting those tips, fill out this form. And we got that video ranked on Google and we started generating real leads. And so what I did is I then shot a very simple video from the treadmill at the fire department. I like to laugh that I wasn't using the treadmill. It was literally just a video stand.
Wow. Awesome.
And I shot a video saying, hey, I'm a paramedic, I'm a firefighter, and I'm generating real leads in the house painting industry. I'm beating all of you guys, and I'm only looking to work with one person that can serve these leads, that wants to close these leads. Let's partner. And that was my first non-friend client. He wrote me a check that was worth more than what I made in a month at the fire department. And that's when my mindset just expanded. Like, wow, I'm bringing this guy value, and such value that he's willing to write a check which is worth more than what I make in an entire month at my job.
Working long days,
working long hours, 24-hour, 48-hour shifts, up all night, kind of thing. And so that's what really started like my mindset of like, I can market for local businesses and get them results.
Yeah. And so sort of what did that begin to turn into? Because I mean, that's the thing, man, is the humble beginnings thing is like, whenever I have a coaching student that's never had a client before, they're always like, all right, Trey, my goal, I want to be making 50 grand a month. But I'm like, okay, slow down. So like, we got to let this process, we got to trust the process, trust the nature of the compound effect, and allow things to begin to pile on over time. So what did that turn into, and how did that become what this is today? Are you able to, so it's a 10-year story, but
it's a 10-year story. Well, he's still a client. A decade later, he's still a client, no contract in place. Literally, I've just gotten results. And as a result of those initial results, I was able to go to other people and show what I was doing and get them to hire me. And as I started getting a reputation locally as the firefighter who's beating all the big marketing companies, people wanted to hire me. And so I started getting referrals. And I started getting to a point where I was still working at the fire department. I couldn't do all the work, so I started hiring people locally. And that's how I built our team. And then ultimately got to a point where like we need an office location for people to come meet us because we do a lot of video. We have the studio, those types of things. And it's just been a continual growth pattern of, doing a good job for people. They leave us a review. Other people see it. They want to work with us. And it's just kind of grown from there.
Yeah. I think the biggest lesson that I've taken away while I've been here, at least one of the biggest lessons, because I've learned a bunch, is that obsession with client satisfaction. So the issue that I have with even the coaching niche that I'm in now, because a lot about how I run that business at this point, is that a lot of people are desperate for money, so then they're looking for this as an out. The issue is, if you're desperate for money, it keeps you from thinking about the client first, and it prevents scalability. So you have to be coming from that place of abundance, that place of like a servant's attitude, a servant's heart, and just desiring results for people, man. And that really is what has gotten Mr. Lemoine's company to where it is today, where they are. Would you be willing to say that you're one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in the local area?
We're certainly one of the most successful. I don't think revenue-wise we're the biggest. I don't think team-wise we're the biggest. But I will tell you, the type of business we have built allows us to do some very unique things in our industry. So our team only works 4 days a week. They get 3-day weekends every single week. They're allowed to work from home. We do a lot of cool things like that. And we've also branched out. We now run a local marketing education group, and we're the largest in the state.
And that's what I spoke at today.
And so it's given us some very unique opportunities, going from a guy who was a firefighter, which was a great job, by the way, just didn't make enough money, to now owning a business that we control, that we run the way we want to run. I know some of my competitors, they may make more money, but they're working 6 days a week, 12-hour days. To me, that's not success in my book. Being home with my family at night, having those 3-day weekends. And you know what? People always ask me like, well, what do your clients say? Our clients love it. We have had clients that see what we do, and they have moved over to that because they thought it was such a great
really?
idea.
That's kind of cool, actually.
So
and that's the thing I was telling Mr. Lemoine about it. There's a book I recommend called Profit First. It more so talks about revenue, how to take profit before you do everything else. And it's a different strategy. It sounds kind of crazy to some people, but in life you can do the same thing. Take the things that matter to you first, and then build systems around it to make those things work. And so for Mr. Lemoine, I know family's a big, it's a big pillar in your life. Faith is a big pillar in your life. These things that stack, and the business kind of just fuels it.
Absolutely.
And that's the mindset that I want everybody who's watching my channel to have, is that it's a means to an end, and even at the point that Mike's business is at now, where, in the industry, rightfully so, he could just head down, grind on this, and make it awesome and huge, and, multi-million-dollar years or whatever, and just make this thing blow up. But really, I mean,
there comes a cost to that.
So
revenue may be great and maybe more, but I would only want to spend the money to get back to where I am now, which is 3-day weekends, spending time with my family, not having to travel. So why not just stay here and do it that way? And work with the clients that we see value in, that we know we can help. They see value in us, and just have great partnerships.
Yeah, right. That's something too you got to think about, man, is I have worked with students where money is the KPI. It's the key performance indicators. It's like profit in the bank. And that's, I get the mindset, but to some extent it's also client satisfaction is long-term a much better KPI or key performance indicator. And it allows you to have the freedom that Mike has, where now you've got a family that you tend to, and you have a full life outside of this. And I mean, it's not, his whole world isn't this. So I see so many people where their whole world becomes this. And it's kind of a scary thing for me, because I'm young and I could end up in that position really easily. So I'm really trying to balance that. So that's why I've chosen Mike. as somebody to help me out and just give me some advice and guide me through. And so, we're at 50 minutes, or, we cut some stuff out, so we're probably at like 13, 14 minutes. So is there anything you kind of want to wrap up for my audience? A lot of younger guys too, about my age, young men about my age,
Well, I think one of the things that in my mind sets you apart, Trey, is like, you invested to come out here. Like, we were talking on the phone and I said, hey, I'd love to have you come out. And you're like, cool, I'll buy a plane ticket. And here you are. And I see so many young people who talk about, oh, I want to, hit this goal, or I want to make all this money. And then it's like, all right, well, here's an opportunity. And they don't invest in it. And so whether it's, jumping on a plane and flying to Albuquerque and getting to hang out with my team and seeing our business and learning a bunch and speaking at our event, or whether it's somebody who's watching this and they have the opportunity to invest in coaching with you. They say, oh, I want to go bigger and better and I want to do all this stuff. Well, when rubber meets the road, they're not willing to do that.
Yeah.
And so I think that one of the biggest things I've done that took me from a firefighter to where I am now is I always invested in my success. And that's something I see you do. And this is a pattern I see over and over, is people who are willing to invest money in their success typically go so much further, so much faster.
Yeah, that's a big, big thing. And I know a lot of the revenue that you guys get goes right back into the business. Like, I mean, I don't know specific profit margin or anything like that, but I know that with just your mindset, like, take home is one thing, but where's the business headed?
Right.
Where are we headed as people?
Yeah.
And so that's a huge thing too. I mean, you can watch a video I made a while ago. I'll probably link it in the description. I talked about that. I talked about taking the output of your business and putting it back in the front and allowing that to compound. And I think that's a big deal, even for, intelligence and your growth in the business and understanding it. So yeah, that's a great point, and I appreciate you sharing that. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for being on the channel.
Yeah,
great to have
thanks.
You.
Great.
If you want to check
having
them
you
out, all the links are in the description. You can check out, I don't know where I'll send them, but you can check them out.
Yeah, MaverickWebMarketing.com.
There you go, MaverickWebMarketing.com. They're like a full service. They do all kinds of stuff around here. So, maybe there's something they can do that I can't do for you for watching this as a client. So we'll see how that works out. And yeah, good video.
Yeah,
good
thank
video.
You guys.
Yeah.
Great hanging with
all
you.
Right. See you guys later. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe. Anything like that is always appreciated. If you have any questions or anything you want to ask Mike in a comment, I'll forward it to you, see if you can get a response or something like that. So thanks once again for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next video. Hey, what's going on? We just watched back that video and realized we've got a better place to send you. If you're interested in learning how to do what Mike's doing, and he's just got a better place. So if you could share really where they should check you out.
Yeah, so one of the things we do is we help people start, where I started and to build a business. And so if you're interested in that and helping local businesses, visit us at successfullocalmarketing.com.
Links in the description, all these links in the description.
Yeah, or facebook.com/successfullocalmarketing. And we do a lot of tips and tricks, a lot of education, much like Trey does for the coaching business and stuff. We do that for people who want to start a local marketing business. So if that serves you, we'd love to see you there.
Yeah, perfect. Because we were sending people to your client website, and we're not really sure how many qualified clients there would be out there. So we figured maybe students would be a better place to start. So that's probably a better place to check them out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.
Awesome.